What is going on, guys? How you doing tonight on this Saturday? Thank you all for hanging out, man. It's, this, this Saturday is going well, man. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about comics, and eh, we're gonna talk about a few things. Because a topic that has been running through my mind, you know, is you know, comic books. We got some artists that we like a lot. But how about some top five artists that we like? And there's plenty, man. You can go back to the past, into the future, right now. So I got my book here, and holy coconuts, the book is stacked right now. I got a bunch of names here that we could talk about all day, but and we cannot do that. And we cannot do that because you know it, this show would go on for hours, man. So let's say hello to the chat right now. Let's see who else we got in the house right now. And now I will drop the link. And whoever wants to jump in the house, feel free to jump on. And um, don't forget, man. For you guys to jump on the show because there is something special going on. Something special. You guys do not want to miss. Sneak peek? I don't know, but I'm gonna be dropping it shortly. Man. So if I don't not drop that, I know someone will help me do that because he's in the house right now. So with that being said, man, let me get to this right now. Let's say hello to let me move my screen to the side here. And let's say hello to Entropy and Comics. What's going on, man? How you doing, brother? How are you doing? Hope your family is doing well and yourself, sir. And I know you back in business, man. So it's pretty dope. So nice to see you hanging out. We got Dismay Comics in the house, man. What's going on, Dismay? What's going on, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts. Well, you're gonna hear a thought or two or three or a sneak peek or something. I don't know, man. You gotta stay tuned, man. I've been saying this for the last few weeks that Robert Rican is gonna be doing something. So I got my homie Marvin Wynn in the house, man. We got C3 Comics. We did this Marvin Wynn right there. Yo, Marvin Wynn in the house. What's going on? We got Joey Back for the 7. We got C3 in the house. What's going on? How you doing? We got Perry Comics. Joy Perry Comics in the house, man. What's going on, man? We got Jennifer in the house. What's going on? Jennifer, my dear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Apex Comics. What's going on, Brett? How you doing, sir? How are you doing? All right, man. Uh, yo, man, this is holy crap. The show, the theme of the show is, you know, top five artists in the community, not the community, but artists that we dig the most throughout our journey. We're reading books and picking the comic books, but that's the theme right now. So, wait a minute, I don't know how to. Uh, damn dog just went and ate all the freaking cat. All right, if Marvin Wynn is in the house, he's still there, man. You can jump on. I know how you do your thing. You can do it. And you guys want to jump on, I can drop the link. Have a good time. Let's talk about some comic books. I mean, next week it does not seem like a big week, but you never know what's going to happen when it comes to comic books. So, but I will say one thing, man. 2 books that I read Nightwing was fantastic, and Mr. Miracle took a. It was different, but I dig it. I dig what they're doing right now. I hope they don't do this with all the characters, whether they're black, white, Hispanics, Korean, Asian, but I want to see where this is going. And I like it. I like it a lot. And more importantly, topic of the show tonight, hope everyone will jump on the show, is top 5 artists you guys like in the community, man. It can go, old school, new school, Bronze Age, the whole 9 yards, man. But with that being said, I'm bringing in my homie right now, man, Mr. Marvin Wynn.
What up?
What's going on, Mr. Wynn?
What's going on? So I forgot to talk about that green apple jalapeno soda. It tastes like cardboard, for real.
I'm pretty sure it did.
You got like a slight taste of like apple, and then after that, it was like you was chasing cardboard after it. Like, the heck is this? I was really disappointed. I'm gonna try the cream corn one next, and I hopefully that's better.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't torture yourself, man. Don't do that, man.
All right, so the theme is top 5 artists. Let me hit you with 5. So got to go Jim Lee.
Bam, right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, go Brett Booth.
All right.
Let's go Bart Sears.
Okay.
Let's go Jay Scott, and then I'll throw Mark Louis in there too, because he's my dude. And I can't make a top 5 list of artists without him on it, because they'll probably say something if I don't.
All right. Well, man, I dropped the link if you guys want to hang out. That's the whole thing. Damn, Marvin Wynn just dropping out his top 5, man. That's pretty dope, man. It's pretty awesome. I see Marvin Wynn because I've been texting Marvin Wynn lately. I'm excited for something, and I'm pumped up. But there's someone that wants to jump in the house right now that was hanging out last Tuesday, man. We got Mr. Dismay Comics, Brandon.
Hey everyone, am I not lagging? Am I lagging?
What's going on, Brandon?
What's up? Am I looking okay? There's no lag or anything?
You're fine. You're good.
You're fine,
Okay.
You're not using
I just wanted to make sure.
Internet, right?
Yeah, it's something else.
Hamster wheel internet.
That's basically what it is. Yeah, my hamster took a little break. I had to go get another one. It's a whole deal.
Well, all right, so you got to hit that top 5. What's your top 5?
All right.
So they're not in
Right.
any specific order.
Yeah,
And they might be a little bit, they probably are a bit different than other people. And some of the names I might not be able to pronounce as well. These are just ones that have stuck with me and hit me for a long time. George Perez is definitely up there. I've
Yes.
always loved George Perez. I loved, obviously, his work on Crisis on Infinite Earth, as well as New Teen Titans. That one, as well as I probably am going to mess up the last name, Dustin Negan, I think is how you pronounce it. He's done like watercolor art for different DC books. He's also the main artist for like Descender and Ascender, which is a great series. I love that series.
Yeah, I think it's pronounced Win.
Win. Okay, thank you. And then this one is high up there for me. Andrea Sorrentino. He's worked with Jeff Lemire a lot of times. He's worked on Old Man Logan. He's worked on Gideon Falls. The guy, like, he's great at horror, but he's beyond that. He also worked on He worked with Jeff Lemire on Green Arrow. He's a great artist. I had two other. Oh, this one is definitely more on the indie side, but I think his name needs to be praised as much as it can. Moebius. Moebius's art is just beautiful. Like, it's like awe-inspiring. Like any bit of art that Moebius has done, it's just the scenery is just it's the chef's kiss. It's mwah, mwah. It's so beautiful.
The salt drum.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then number 5.
Well,
That
damn.
one's tough.
You guys did not need to do that, man. All in one shot, man. But you know,
I might have more than 5. I got like 80 maybe.
That's the thing. I've got like a bunch of them, so it's hard to think 5. Those 4 are definitely like at the very least in a top 10, but I could pretty much see them in my top 5. But finding a 5th one to fill the spot's really hard. To like, because that's the thing. I love all these artists, and even the ones that some people are like 50-50 on. It's usually from a stylistic standpoint. Like, you either like their style or you don't. It's not like they're a bad artist. They just have a certain style.
Yeah.
Like, I really like, and I know he's not entirely 50-50, but I know some people don't entirely like him. I like Romita Jr. stuff. I know stylistically some people aren't fans of him by the way he draws faces and stuff like that. I like the style, though. I'll take an interesting style over, I don't know, blandness. That's just me, though.
Right. I mean, but it's the energy that it brings to the page, where you feel like that the character looks like they're moving and they're not just standing still and staticky. And I saw a book that a friend of mine picked up, and I think it was Sex. I'm gonna call it. I think it was Sex Pistols or Love, something like that. And every panel on every page was the same. It was the same, like 8 panels every page. I'm like, that is boring. Like, what were they thinking when they did that? It's boring. It's like you're going to a museum and you're looking at the same piece of art over and over and over again. Like, there's no style to it. There's no substance, and it's lame to me. That you draw a book and you're not playing with the paneling or having characters break the panel or messing with the flow a little bit sometimes. But you have to do something different in these books than what everyone else is doing, just to stand out from the crowd.
Oh yeah. There's just so many artists out there, and it's like I said before, I honestly don't think, like, majority, pretty much most of them are good artists. It's just some they stand out more than others. And I like that. Thank you, Apex. Yes, Moebius. It's the chef's kiss, as I said. It's great.
So,
Yeah, the Salt Bay, yeah.
Right. I mean, that's what I want to see is and that's why books from like the 80s and the 90s always stand out to me, because they were willing to take those panels and do whatever they wanted with them, and not just be, oh, I've got 8 panels, let me just draw them all the same, and just trying to smash things into those panels and make sure it fits the page.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't really fit, and then you hunt to the letter and tell them, good luck trying to get some word balloons in there because I left you no room.
Yeah. And nowadays, it seems like in terms of like fitting everything just right and fitting room for word balloons, it seems like it'd be easier nowadays with digital and with being able to tweak and edit different mistakes and stuff like that. Whereas back then, it's you mess up, you got to turn that. You basically got to Bob Ross it. You got to turn that little mistake into a happy little cloud or whatever.
Right. Well, I heard stories from like the 80s where they would actually take the panels and cut the page, cut them out, and then reassemble them again, and then photocopy it.
Oh,
yeah. That's how they fixed those errors back then. I think that was a something they did to Rob Liefeld on his on either X-Force or Teen Titans. I can't remember which one it was, where the editor was telling a story about that on some YouTube channel, talking about how he had to scissor out those things and then put things back in the right order because the pages were wrong and stuff and everything. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Replying to Perry Comics, Alex Ross might be my number 5. Either him, and I'm sorry I don't know this guy's name, the guy that did the covers for a lot of the early New Mutants books, how it's painted. I've always loved the old New Mutants covers. Those things were beautiful.
Bill Siswinski.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love those covers.
Pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope, man. Right now, man, Mr. Win.
Yes, sir.
It will be an honor for you to give just give these guys a piece, a little tease of what's going on.
Do you want me to share it, or you want to share it?
I'll be happy for you to share, sir.
Oh, I'll share it. I'm not guy. I'll do that. I got it prepped up. So, you know how things work around here, where we're like the spoiler guys. So we got something cooking with Mr. Rod here. So let's get that up here. Share my screen.
Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. I've been telling you guys, stay tuned, man. So. It's more easy for my homie, man, Mr. Marvin Wynn, for us to do something like this. Because if I start doing something and start sharing, I'm going to botch it. I'll be completely honest with you guys. But Marvin is the homie, and we've been talking for a long time. But a little teaser for you guys. Here we go.
So get ready. Couple more months. Well, not even a couple months, man. We're almost into June. A few weeks. We'll have some more.
Boom. That's it.
That's looking awesome.
That's it. You guys don't know what that is. Oh, stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
And that's from a guy who's rising up as a cover artist, John Lau. So you'll be seeing some more from him pretty soon.
He's awesome for sure, man.
So get your checks and your PayPal ready. I'll just say that.
Get your PayPal, man. Get your PayPal ready, man.
PayPal.
And stay tuned. Issue number 1, The Edge, was a hit. So issue 2 may be a bigger hit. It's gonna be a bigger hit, man. So
I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for it. We gotta double and triple those numbers. Get them up there. We gotta hit those. We gotta get that to that million like X-Men did.
That's how we do. It's gonna happen. But man, yo, keep on going right here on this panel. We got a few people here. Man, top 5 writers, artists. Man, the artists. I'm looking at this thing, and I got the whole book right now, man.
You got a blueprint.
Well, I can start something here with this thing with Jig.
So I go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
All I was going to say is that with Spawn blowing up the way it is for McFarlane and him doing a Spawn universe, I wonder if he's going to do an issue. If he's going to get back on the drawing board. It's been a while since McFarlane is drawing Spawn, and I'd like to see him do it again and see how it comes out.
Well, who knows, man? It will be pretty cool, man. We got Empire Comics in the house. What's going on, man? Homie from right around my neighborhood. We got Apex Comics. What's going on? We have in the house right now. We got Exodus J9 in the house. Dr. Spectrum needs his own movie or show, man. There it is, man. There it is. And who else we got in the house right now? We got Entropy in Comics. What's going on? Yeah. All right. So, we got 9 people in the house. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, damn, man. Let's see here. There's so many artists around the world. And where take off right now, man? I mean, I want to say something about one artist.
Mm-hmm.
Jones. DC. She can write and do her own thing. And she is fantastic. She's doing some fantastic work on DC. She's doing she was writing on Batwoman and doing her own artwork in the beginning. And I know right now, I think she's doing the recent Wonder Woman. So that's one artist that I have to say, man, she is fantastic. That's one of my artists that I love. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. When you say 5, it's not that easy. Not that easy.
But I just go through my list of who I want to do a cover for the Edge, and that makes it easier.
That makes sense.
And I got most of my list. I don't think I'm ever going to get Jim Lee, but I'm going to get Brett Booth. Brett Booth is going. I'm going to kick those tires until he says yes. And I already know that I'm going to get Bart Sears, so it's all good.
Man, I reached out to David Mack one time, and I said, David Mack, man, can we hang out, but yo, can we have a meeting, small interview? It's like yes, but I gotta work my schedule, and I know that's never gonna happen. But he replied back, so that was one cool thing about it.
Yeah, at least he responded and just blow him off like, who's this Rod guy emailing me? Look at that guy.
Yeah, who the hell is this dude?
Who do you think he is asking me questions?
Yeah. Looking at the chat right now, man. We got hero from sorry. From heroes to icons. Yo, you guys just started? Yeah, we just started, man. The heck, where you been at? They got Perry in the house. Joel Jones is your top. Yeah, Perry and his fiction or reality is doing his. He's got a little comic book thing going on. Check him out.
Yeah, I would say McFarlane, but he hasn't done anything in so long that I want to see him pop back on there and do like a couple pages or a backup or something.
Yeah.
Like he's the definitive Venom artist. Like I don't think anyone ever pulls Venom off the way that McFarlane did. Did you have to replace your hamster?
Yeah, and then also I had the YouTube video going, so whenever I joined the StreamYard thing, I was hearing multiple voices of Marvin. I was like, what is going on right now? So I had to exit out of the YouTube stream.
Yeah, I stay on there. I usually just turn the sound off. So then I can still talk in the chat.
I mean, I got a whole list of names here of great artists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Perry's cracking jokes on me already, but you know, it's something that I wanted the community to jump on and just hang out more. But if we have to pick, you know, our top 5, oh man, this is so hard to do.
Yeah, let everybody pick a list, and no shame to who you pick. I mean, it's all right if you want to pick me as your favorite artist. It's fine. I draw stick figures.
Well, Marvin knows a thing or two, man. He knows a thing or two, man.
Marvin knows a thing or two, but he still can't draw.
He knows a thing or two, man. Hashtag Edge issue 2, man. Stay tuned for that.
The 2.
There it is.
Deuce.
All right. So let's see what the chat has to say, man.
Well, it looks like Brandon's hamster fell off the wheel again because he's gone again. Yeah, I think someone who was it? Apex? Was it Apex? Oh, no, was it? Hold on. Thought I saw. Yeah, Apex says Jack Kirby, Neil Adams, John Byrne, Gil Kane, and George Perez.
All right.
That's a good. I mean, George Perez is the ultimate. If you need to have a whole bunch of people on one panel, he'll get that done. He's the man at that.
Hey, George Perez. I actually messaged him on I believe it was Twitter, and I was like, "Yo, it'll be nice to have you, do an interview." Mm-hmm. I think it was a family member that said, he's retired and he does not do anything, and I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, and I respect that." So, but that would have been pretty cool to have.
I thought he was at a con recently. I could have sworn he was at a con recently in Florida. Or not recently, like 2 years ago, since there hasn't been any cons. But I thought he was doing conventions in Florida. I'll find out because if I shoot down there, it'd be nice if he was at a con or something.
Right.
Oh, hamster!
Right, sorry about that.
Back on the wheel.
I had to fire the hamster.
Telephone man.
I had to fire the hamster. I had to work out the whole severance package thing and everything. All of the paperwork's done. So new hamster's on board.
All right, man. We thought it was you hung up on us, so it's a telephone man now, man.
I heard one of y'all's artist choices, and I was just like, no, I got to exit out of this.
Oh, man.
That's a terrible choice. It's terrible.
Let's see here, man. We got Perry in chat. He said, yeah, he guys go to Florida. Okay, I don't know who he's talking to. I think he lives here. I'm here, man. Aggressively relaxing. He defense everyone gets a little crazy in Florida. Well, I don't know who you talking to, man. I'm just acknowledging the chat, man. Thank you all for hanging out on the chat. More importantly, thank you for these guys right now, the panel. Right now, we got Mr. Marvin Wynn. We got Brandon. Dismay Comics in the house. I know he's working on something. And I know, there's no secret. Just a little something that stay tuned, man, because Rodriguez, uh, Marvin Wynn, Second Sight Publishing is going to be doing something. So stay tuned for that. But again, man, I need to know, man. I need to know five artists in your collection, in your minds. When you think of a comic book, that you say, "This is hot garbage water." This is the artwork that I picked up. I just need to know, man. I need to know the community too, man. I know we went through it one time, but I there's a book looking in front of me right now. This was a fantastic read. Boom, something like this. Artwork was great. Story was great. I gave it a story a 3.5. Nightwing, boom, gave it a 4. And that was just sitting in front of me. So, just saying, man, just saying.
It's tough to think because now I'm thinking about like other artists as well. And you showing Mr. Miracle made me think of Mitch Gerrits is just like, that guy is amazing. It is the previous Mr. Miracle book.
Yeah.
But like that guy's been at my list. He might not be top 5. That guy's just really well up there. Him and Tom King have a dynamic together. They can. I could almost see them as like the Sean Phillips and Ed Brubaker team.
Yeah,
it's close. I could see them like forming a relationship like that.
You mentioned Ed Brubaker. Holy coconuts! Ed Brubaker is one of hold on, man. Turn my chair. And
that's another person I need to mention, Sean Phillips. Sean Phillips is really good. Oh, I've been meaning to read the first thing of the Reckless. I've been meaning to read that.
Yeah, it is gorgeous book, and my buddy, he goes, "Do you pick it up and it's wrapped up? When you buy it, it's like wrapped up in a wrap." And he goes, "I got my book, but did you open yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, I read it." He goes, "Thank you." So, yeah, it is fantastic. It's a fantastic read. And, man, Ed Brubaker, what can I say, man? What are your thoughts?
With Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, like that team, you don't have to tell me the name of the book, what the book's about. I'll read it and know it's going to be at least a good story, if not a great or an amazing story. Like they're just one of those dynamic duo and sometimes trio whenever they have Elizabeth Breitweiser come in for coloring. Dude, those guys and gals are just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good when you can follow an art team and they stick together over the years and through different titles and things like that. I mean, that just makes it really fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, eventually I need to pick up Pulp. I know that's like a shorter one that they've done, but I heard it's really good.
I got that one. It's behind here too, man. I mean, Brubaker, man, is on fire.
I was dumb and didn't pick it up at the comic shop. I was living somewhere else. a few months ago. And the comic shop I went to, they had a couple copies signed by at least Ed Brubaker, maybe Sean Phillips as well, for cover price. Like, it was the cover price, and it was signed. And I was like, a week or two later, I was like, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I get it? Like,
Hey man, all you had to do was scoop up look for criminal. That oh my god, I can't even get into criminal because that one was fantastic, man. You could probably find those that run of criminal was awesome, man. If you're into like that dark gritty, stuff, that's the book for you.
I think the one that those two have done that I've really wanted to read, it's just hard to find a cheap copy because it's just kind of out of print, is Incognito. It was their like superhero-ish book they did together. And if you go on Amazon or anything, it's just really hard to find. And so it's like, I want to read it, but I don't want to pay this second market $70 price for like the first volume or whatever. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure, man. And Perry's asking, what's criminal about? Oh man, Perry, man. I'm not going to go into details here. I don't do reports, reviews, the whole 9 yards, man. I've been telling you, Ed Brubaker is fantastic, and I told you to, pick it up. So do your homework, man, and check it out, man. I love you, bro.
I also highly recommend Kill or Be Killed. It's not for the faint of heart, though. Like, it has some dark subject matter to it. It went on for 20 issues, which the ending is hit or miss. You might like it, you might not. I like the story as a whole. I'm a little bit, I wanted a little bit more with the ending, but it's a great book. Like, it highlights that duo that they have, as well as bringing Elizabeth Breitweiser in for coloring. Like, it's such a beautiful book, as well as just like the story's great as well. If no one knows what Kill or Be Killed's about, it's about this guy who, through certain scenarios, I won't get into detail, but basically this demon comes about and basically says like, hey, for you to be alive, you need to kill someone once a month. The soul for your soul kind of thing, basically. Mm-hmm. And it plays with that aspect of, as it's going along, like, is this real? Is this in his head? It plays with that type of stuff. But it's an interesting book.
Oh, damn. Got me scared as hell to sleep at night tonight.
I was going to say, yeah, it's one of their darker books that they've done. Which, when I think about it, the Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips team, anytime they do a book, even though most of it's like noir, it's like kind of noirish, a lot of it is pretty dark. A lot of it is like somewhat not, I guess, somewhat grounded. There might be like supernatural elements or different elements here and there, but
it's like real like dark, grimy, like, hotel type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the one thing I like it, that you compare to other, when it comes to superhero books, when you come to this book, it's like, God, it's so grimy, it's so dark. It's like in a car, it's like, what's going to happen? So, I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, you're right on. Like, Sean Phillips, because one, that's definitely in the writing, and then two, just like Sean Phillips' art is like purposely trying to put you into this world that just feels like kind of grimy, gross, dark, like you're essentially like what you're saying, like you're in like a nasty hotel or a nasty apartment with these people. yeah, I think they do very good at putting you in this like darker, grimier world.
Yeah, for sure, man. Sure. I don't know, Mr. Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Have you read any criminal or Ed Brubaker stuff?
Not recently. I mean, I read criminal stuff back, like Dark Horse books back in the past.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'll let you guys continue in your crimey noir gritty world. While I dream of superheroes in my brain. That's fine.
That is one thing I do want to read though. Is I don't think Sean Phillips did the art. I know Ed Brubaker co-wrote it with Greg Rucka. I really want to read Gotham Central. Is that what it is? Gotham Central.
Yeah,
I really want to read that, where it basically follows like the police department, the Gotham City Police Department. That's always seemed like a very interesting book to me. Kind of, I think your main characters are like obviously like Gordon and stuff like that, but Harvey and Renee Montoya, like that type of dynamic.
Right. It's remove the aesthetics of the guy who can defeat everyone out of the mix, and then have the police actually try to solve a crime without his help.
Yeah, and also like, how are they doing with like this guy, and as well as his giant team that he has behind him, and whoever's writing the book, dealing like in between this vigilante side and this criminal side, and they're like kind of stuck in the middle.
Right. Those things that go missed in Gotham, like your domestic violence or street crimes or things like that Batman doesn't deal with. So how do the police deal with those things that are above his station? He's not worried about that stuff. It's like Superman. I don't want to say saving the kitten because he's done that before, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good to have that kind of stuff where you have removed the mythology from it, and it's just this hard-boiled show, something like a New York Undercover or something like that.
Dope, man. Pretty nice for us to discuss what we're going through right now. We're just talking comics, and we take it to a different level, man. You know, we just hanging out, having a good time, man. I got my homie, Mr. Marvin Wynn in the house, man. We got Brandon, Dan in the house. I want to cut it short, man. I'm going to cut it short within an hour, but more importantly, Mr. Marvin Wynn, you want to give these guys a little sneak peek on what we got going on right now.
Let's show it again. So we showed it before. Some of the people came in, and since we like sneaky peeky kind of stuff around here, we're those kind of people. We're gonna show.
You gotta stay tuned, man. You gotta stay tuned for this.
We're gonna show it again. So forgive me, I had moved away from it, so I gotta pull.
Fine, you're fine, man.
I don't want everyone to see everything that's in my drive folder. Could be like, oh, let me see that more of that. No, you can't see that. It's a secret.
No, we can't see Mr. Marvin Wynn's epicness. And we gotta see one thing. Because one thing is always happening. And here it is.
So this is a guy who's up and coming as a cover artist, Mr. Jonathan Lau. You're going to be seeing a lot more of his. Well, I mean, you might have seen it already. I think he did that Skull Chrome cover, and I think he did a Blowtorch too. So he'll be popping up again because we're going to run the like a little gauntlet and a little gamut along with outside of myself doing exclusive covers. There's going to be a few more coming, so keep an eye out.
Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.
So we're going to leak this one out in pieces, so that we'll have the colors and then the trade dress, and then of course there's going to be two versions, of course, the black and white and then the color.
That's awesome.
There it is, gang. There it is.
So make sure you got that money in that PayPal. Just put it in there now.
Well, that's how you do, man. the PayPal's always linked up to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But we're gonna bounce out of here, man. I want to say thank you so much for Mr. Marvin Lynn for hanging out, Mr. Brandon in the house, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Brandon. If you have anything else you want to say, let the people know. I'll give you a quick, little. It's all with you.
Yeah, thank you. You can check out more stuff I'm working at. That's Dismay Comics on Facebook and Instagram. That's DISMAY Comics. I make indie comics, currently working on a horror anthology series. The first issue is done. The second issue is pretty much almost done. We got to do some printing tests and stuff like that. Kickstarters for that type of stuff will be later this year or very beginning of next year. But we have a Kickstarter for a comic going on right now. We've got less than 2 weeks for it left. It's called The Gallows Man. The first issue is on Kickstarter right now. The best way to describe The Gallows Man is essentially take the Adam West 1960s Batman show, take that and take like some Quentin Tarantino violence and mash those together. It sounds a bit weird, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Go to the Kickstarter page, Gallows Man #1. Go to that Kickstarter page. Look over the Kickstarter page. I've got 7 pages where you can basically have a sneak preview. If you like those 7 pages, you're definitely going to like the book. If those 7 pages aren't entirely for you, you probably won't like the book. Those 7 pages are to like kind of show you the tone of this book. It's a fun superhero book. It's not too dark, not too gritty. It has some dark and gritty elements, but ultimately I just want people to have a good laugh, have a good time with this book. Tell grandma and grandpa about this, get them to back Kickstarter. I don't know if that's the best idea. I don't think this would be for them. Unless your grandma and grandpa have a kind of dark sense of humor, as well as stupid sense of humor. But yeah, definitely check that out. We've got different tiers going for the book, ranging from $1 all the way to $70. So whatever fits within your budget, every little bit helps. Even if you aren't able to donate or back the book, helping spread the word about it helps. Like every little thing helps. We've already passed our goal, but we're still trying to hit some stretch goals, as well as just trying to get the book out to as many people as we can. This isn't really a profit thing. Like, I want to get this book out. Any little bit extra that we have, I just want to put into other issues of the book or into getting more copies of the book so that I can send it out to people later on. Just different things like that. So every little bit helps. Now I should be hyping up the $70 tier, but there's 2 tiers I really want to focus on. There's one tier, there's a $50 tier. It's a custom digital art tier, where essentially you get your own custom piece of digital art from Helen Bolton, the artist on The Gallows Man #1. For $50, you can get anything you want, as long as it's within Kickstarter guidelines. Keep that in mind. But she'll make anything you want with the Gallows Man art style. So that's something to look out for and possibly pledge to. And also another tier, it's our $25 tier. It's called the Great Value Bundle. I think it's the best bang for your buck that we have. It comes with, I don't have them with me. Oh, I do. It comes with, and I want to show this just so people know the book's done. Like, the book's done. The Kickstarter is for printing the book. You get both the regular cover. Sorry, I got switched up looking at my camera. You get the regular cover and the variant cover signed by me. It's a 49-page book, and there's a bunch of extra stuff in it. There's some letters pages, because that's one thing I miss about comics is letters pages. There's some letters pages, different stuff like that, as well as some things hinting at further projects that we're doing. We're currently working on the second issue, so don't feel dismayed. That was an awful pun. We're working on the second issue, so keep in mind we're continuing this. It's going to be a 4-issue miniseries.
I'll tell you one thing, man. What you're doing is a great job.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
Got you kick-started out there. You did the plug, and that's pretty dope. But more importantly, right now, we got, Mr. Marvel. We got myself, Rob Freakin. We got Brandon in the house, man. We're all doing our thing. And all I got to say is stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because there is something big that's going to be dropping, and that's going to be dope. And when I'm not saying that your stuff, Brandon, is not dope, because it's fantastic, man. What you're doing is dope, man. So, guys, check out Brandon, man. He's right there. Check out his what's your Instagram? What's your IG? Your YouTube, man.
Facebook and Instagram, Dismay Comics. That's DISMAY Comics. And I'll barely touch on this. Me and my buddy do a podcast every week, Store Brand Comics. You can find it on most podcast listening apps. If you can't find it on the one you listen to, you can find it on Spotify or Anchor.
All right. There it is, man. Mr. Brandon in the house, man. He was hanging out not too long ago on Lane with Friends, just joking around, having a good time drawing. And I thank you for your time for that. And we got, of course, like I said, man, Mr. Marvin Wynn, Second Sight Publishing, homie. Do you have any announcements you want to mention, Mr. Marvin?
No. I mean, we just got back from Three Words Comic Con last weekend. It was a good time. Sold out all my books that I had. Coming up on June 11th, Steel City Comic Con, where we're probably going to clean out the rest of them. So coming for, I think either new Big Apple Comic Con in July or Trivicon in July. We're going to have that special cover that we're all voting on, right? For the Edge issue 1.
There it is.
Everyone's voted, right? Because I see that cover 2 is pulling way ahead of the other 2 covers. So if you're down with cover A or cover C, they're both losing. So get those votes in.
Oh man, if you want to talk about votes, check out Marvin Wynn, man. Hit him up if you want to know what he's talking about. Just hit up Marvin Wynn on IG, and he will drop the details for you. All right, guys. So
Edge Comic on Instagram.
There it is, man. I'm telling you right now. I want to say a quick shout out to the chat that's been hanging out with us right now. It's a Memorial weekend, and a bunch of people are busy, but I'll be going back live tomorrow doing my thing. But more importantly, I want to say thank you so much for the panel. I know we were supposed to be talking about top 5, artists, the whole 9 yards, but we don't. It just derails, and that's how when you hang out on my show, and we talk about a few characters and artists, and we just like, whatever. It is what it is. We just throw that in the back burner. But thank you all for hanging out on the show. On your boy Rod, we got Mr. Marvin Wynn in the house, and we got, of course, Mr. Brandon Dismay Comics in the house. Thank you all, the chat. Thank you for hanging out. And with that being said, stay classy, comic community.
Good night.
Y'all take care.